So what is a hashtag? And are you confused? Hashtag confused about hashtags? Hashtag don't panic. We're going to teach you all about it. And it's kind of explains some of the ways you see hashtags used now. Lots of times they're embedded in a sentence just with the hashtag. This is especially common in Twitter because with Twitter, you've only got 280 characters to say what you're going to say. So you have to put your hashtags in the sentence. Lots of times they're standalone at the end of the paragraph. But so a hashtag is a word or words preceded by a pound sign. The pound sign makes it a hashtag. That was originally called a hashtag. It's used to group conversations related to some particular topic or trend. So that is the real purpose. It's trying to find a way to get what everyone has said about some topic and put it together in one place so you can read it all. The hashtag is a clickable link. That means when you see a hashtag, you can click on it and it will take you to a page that has all the different posts related to that hashtag. Hashtags are user generated. You can come up with your own hashtags. They're not registered. There's no central registry. There's no one that controls them. Anyone can make one up, which is good, but it also can lead to some confusion because if you got multiple people using the same hashtag for different purposes, it can be a little confusing. So for example, if I created hashtag Yarborough Family Reunion, so that all the people in my family could communicate about the upcoming family reunion. If there's another Yarborough family that's also having a reunion, their posts would get mixed in with our posts. So that's one of the tricky parts of using hashtags. You can actually check and see if anybody's currently using a hashtag. And if they're not, you can go ahead and start using it. If you find out someone else is using the same one, you can always change it or pick a different one. So maybe I would call it JW Yarborough Family Reunion until I found one that is unique. And I'll show you how to do that a little later on. But again, anybody can string together any words they want to make a hashtag. Brief history on hashtags. The first hashtag was tweeted on August 23rd of 2007 by Chris Messina. He's a product designer and internet consultant. There is the first tweet. This was on Twitter containing a hashtag. How do you feel about using pound sign for groups as in hashtag barcamp? And the response must have been pretty favorable since they've started exploding since then. So we give credit to Chris for starting the idea. So how do you compose a hashtag? So there are some rules about a hashtag. It can only contain letters, numbers, and underscores. So you can't put any other symbols in there. And it isn't case sensitive, so you can use capitals or not. In fact, embedding capitals can help eliminate confusion and make them easier to read. So a lot of people do use capitals, but it doesn't change the meaning. If one person capitalizes it and another person doesn't, they'll all be grouped together. It can't contain any spaces or any punctuation other than the underscore. So based on those rules, here's a quick quiz. Which of the following of these is not a valid hashtag?
The middle one, it's got a apostrophe.
There you go. Yep. The first two are okay. This one doesn't have any capitals, but it doesn't matter. This one's got an apostrophe. That's not a valid hashtag. Actually, the hashtag would be hashtag LET, and then it's going to just take this as text after the hashtag. Another thing about hashtags and how people use them is you could have a very broad hashtag, something like hashtag dog, that probably would have millions and millions of posts associated with it. And there's sometimes you want to post things to a really broad hashtag or to go and research things on a very broad hashtag. There's other times you may want to be more focused. So you might have a hashtag border collie puppy training. Again, both are valid hashtags. This one's going to have a lot more posts on it. This one's going to have fewer. Lots of times a single post will have both broad and focused hashtags in the post. Depending on which social media site you're on, there's some restrictions about how many hashtags you can put in a single post, but you can certainly put multiple.
Wade?
Yeah, Joe.
If you go ahead and click on something like dog, okay, and there's a hashtag dog training, would clicking on a hashtag dog also find hashtag dog training?
Oh,
Or would
good
it just
question.
find
And
hashtag dog?
it would just find hashtag dog. So you can
Okay,
actually hashtag dog is a valid hashtag, and hashtag dogs plural is also a valid hashtag. They are separate hashtags. People, so if you put dogs, it doesn't include DOG as part of it. So it's pretty much to the software, it doesn't realize that this is a plural or that they're related like border collie and puppy. That they are distinct
yeah, if
hashtags.
if you have a topic and you want to have the general and then you want to have a more specific, you have to have two of them. In other words, if I want it to be both dog and dog training, then I have to have two sets of hashtags. Is
Yes,
that
so
the
right.
best philosophy to follow?
Yeah, and it kind of depends. There's two directions if you think about it this way that hashtags work. One is you're using hashtags to go and find information, and the other is you're trying to get your post seen by more people. So if you are want to make sure your post is seen by a lot of people, then you would put multiple hashtags. So you might have hashtag dog, hashtag border collie, hashtag border collie puppy, hashtag border collie puppy training. So you could put all four of those hashtags, and your post would show up on four different feeds. And I'll kind of show you how this works a little later. It might be a little confusing, but you basically any hashtag takes your post and puts it on the feed of that hashtag.
Okay,
But on
thank
the
you.
flip side, if you're trying to get information, you're going to put, you may want to search a number of different hashtags and pull information from multiple feeds. So,
Wade,
yes.
are we talking about a particular platform here? Are we
No.
only talking about like Twitter, for instance?
No, I'm going to, time permitting, I'll show you some examples on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube are the four biggest ones that use it, but there are others that use it as well. And there are some differences in how they are used.
Okay, when you made reference to in the screen that you have up, when you made reference to using a particular hashtag, then a message would come up. Where are you looking at a message to come up? In Twitter?
Yeah,
in
yeah, it's probably
Facebook?
going to be easier to show you than to try and explain it. But basically, let's say if I just bought a border collie puppy and I'm trying to train it and I'm looking for information about it, I would type into the search field of Instagram or Twitter or Facebook hashtag border collie puppy training, and it would show me all the posts that have that hashtag in that post somewhere.